All right, so look, man, we got another Eminem reaction. This one right here is how Eminem destroyed celebrities and his family. So, I'm here for it. I want to see what they got to say about this. I know about a few celebrities that he destroyed, but you know, I guess this is gonna be informal. I see the first name here is Michael Jackson. I never even knew he had any type of issues with Mike, but like I said, man, I'm here for it. Make sure you sub to the channel, make sure you like this video, and let me know anything else that you want to see me react to, and I'll get straight to it. But let's get into this. Eminem.
I've never met Mr. Eminem, and was pretty painful as an artist to another artist, and it's sad. He should be ashamed of himself, what he's doing.
This is the great Michael Jackson, who's talking about how unpleasant it is for him to hear the lines from the song Just Lose It aimed towards him. The music in the video is a parody of Michael Jackson, who was accused of molesting.
I didn't know that was about Mike. He said, "Oh, shake that ass." Oops, I mean, he said, "Boy, shake that ass." Oops, I mean, girl. I did not know that was about Mike.
Molesting children 30 years ago. The most notorious scandal in the artist's career occurred in 1993 when he was accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old boy. But what offended Michael the most was the last scene, where he is sitting on a bed surrounded by small children. The pop singer called upon all music TV channels to remove the clip from the air, otherwise he would sue Eminem. But only one TV channel, Black Entertainment Television, agreed to do that. The song also makes fun of MC Hammer, Madonna, and other celebrities, but Eminem is able to diss even himself.
From Infinite down to the last relapse album, he's still shitting whether he's on.
In the song Not Afraid, he mentioned his album Relapse, which, in his opinion, was very mid.
You said you was king, you lied through your teeth. For that, fuck your feelings. Instead of kidding, crown your king.
But that's just the beginning. Apart from rappers,
That's what I be thinking too. It's like Eminem not only talks about other people, he talks about himself. Like if I can basically talk crazy, destroy, or just the downsides of my own personal life, I mean, you shouldn't take too much offense. First of all, I mean, it's shady. You should know whenever a boy's name is Slim Shady, he ain't that good of a well, I ain't gonna say good of a person because he's probably a great person, like if you know him personally, but he even talks about Dr. Dre and a whole bunch of other people that actually works for him or around him.
ordinary celebrities also came under fire. He dissed Pamela Anderson, who was considered a sex symbol of the 90s.
Pissed off and ripped Pamela Lee's tits off and smacked her so hard I knocked her clothes backwards like Chris.
Or how much he likes Jennifer Lopez.
Sing him in showbiz and be Jennifer Lopez. But I don't give a fuck if this chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck her with no rubber.
And he's got plenty of disses.
He said, I don't care if she was my own mother, I'll still F her with no rubber.
Like that, so let's go over some of them briefly and to the point.
Diss some people in the new single.
Some.
Yeah.
I've never met these people. You know what I mean? So these aren't like personal attacks on their character or anything like that. It's kind of like picking names out of a hat. And if your name rhymes with something good, or you know what I mean?
You're right.
One of the most popular rappers in the world fell in love only once and for life. Way back when he was young, Eminem met his future wife, whose name is Kim Scott. Because of their scandals, this couple became one of the most famous in the rap industry. After all, after the wedding and the birth of their baby, their relationship became worse and worse by the day. Neighbors complained about their fights, and one day this led to the family simply being kicked out of the house. And after they broke up, Em decided to write a love song, but he did it in an extremely harsh manner. In the song, he threatens to kill her, the new boyfriend, and the baby, in general to show how much he hates her, therefore showing how much he loves her.
God, I hate you.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
The rapper talked about writing the song, and here's what he says. I should have finished it back in '98 when I put out my first album. I wrote the song when Kim and I weren't together. We broke up at that time. It was the end of '98. I remember watching a movie once that inspired me to write a love song, but I didn't want to do a basic love song. It had to be some kind of perverted shit. Although I don't remember what kind of movie it was, I do remember how upset I was about our divorce. I really wanted to pour my heart out, but still I wanted to scream. I did the vocals in one take, and I conveyed the mood that I had during our fight. As a result, they got back together, but one day Kim attended her fiance's concert and saw how he performed the song. He performed with an inflatable doll, imagining that it's Kim, and the audience took it quite well. She couldn't deal with it and went home where she
Yeah, that probably would have had me sick too. Like, God damn. You performed that while she was there. He's a savage, man. He ain't got no filter.
cut her wrists, but thank God she survived. It's no secret that Eminem hates his father for leaving the family when he was just born. Marshall Bruce Mathers III, better known under the name Eminem, throughout his life did not hide that he had a complicated relationship with his dad, and at certain periods of his life this relationship didn't exist at all. He reflected it all in his work.
My father too. I actually learned a lot from you. You taught me what not to do.
I wonder if he even kissed me goodbye. No, I don't. On second thought, I just wished he would die.
Eminem said in an interview that as a child he wrote letters to his father who left them with his mother, but they all came back with the stamp returned to sender. His father in turn stated that his ex-wife did not allow him to see his children. His biological father died in 2019 from a heart attack. Eminem not only disliked his biological father, he also hates his stepfather who beat his mother in front of his eyes.
That boy ain't really like too many folks, I could tell you that.
He also dissed his mom because of her love for drugs.
Found out my mom does more than I do. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper.
Mom, love Valium and lots of drugs. That's why I am like.
It got to the point that Debbie sued him for $10 million for defamation, but received only 25 grand. However, a few years later,
Imagine trying to sue somebody for 10 million and getting 25,000. Hey, yo.
Marshall dedicated the song to his mom, where he apologized.
Beat is heavy answers, but I love you, Debbie Mathers. Oh, what a tangled web we.
And if you think that's all, then you're wrong. His stepbrother and sister also got some handed to them.
Brother and sister who never see me or even bothered to call me until they saw me on TV.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their rest.
Eminem can't stand most new rappers. In the song Ringer, he took shots at all mumble rappers.
Punk, Lil Xan, imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game. Pick a name. You heard rumblings. I heard you wanna rumble like an empty stomach. I heard you mumbling, but it's jumbled and mumble jumble.
According to Eminem, mumble rap is monotonous and stupid. The songs of the new school rappers are all the same, and no one listens to what they're really saying. It's useless to work on text and come up with unique rhythmic patterns. No one cares about rhymes, and artists use the same mumble flow.
She says I am trash, but she listens to Tekashi. Bitch, you lost me, yeah.
Yeah, I could see why, because I'm not sure about too many old school rappers that really enjoy new school music for real. So, I mean, that's spot on. I ain't know he dissed them all the mumble rappers, but I can see why.
The whole conflict with the legendary band Limp Bizkit began because they ditched Eminem at the last moment. Initially, Marshall had beef with Everlast and he called the group to diss him together, so they agreed. After that, they dipped at the last second, which Eminem did not appreciate and dissed them in the song Girls.
I'm telling you right now, motherfucker Limp Bizkit. Now I'ma be real was real.
Just listen to the confidence with which he speaks about the whole situation.
This Limp Bizkit is because they're little girls.
In response, Lethal called M a complete asshole and told the press how the band once helped Eminem when he was unable to provide for his family. Years later, however, Fred Durst stated that despite everything, he loves M and his talent and still doesn't understand what happened back then. By the way, about the beef with Everlast, it all goes back to 2000 when Eminem and Everlast met in a hotel lobby. They had their paths crossed before, hitting the same stage and working on the same soundtrack for Arnold Schwarzenegger's End of Days. But that night something went wrong and resulted in one of the earliest documented feuds in hip-hop.
I went to say, hey, what's going on? He kind of just gave me the look like, whatever.
I wasn't sure if it was him. I was gonna come up and go, oh my God, Everlast.
It all started with this song.
Cock my hammer, spit a comment like Haley. A buck of 380 on ones that act shady.
Oh, he mentioned Haley. Everybody that mentioned Haley should know that's like career suicide. Like, at least that's just what I believe.
Just basically sent him a message like very nonchalantly and subliminally, like knowing he would pick up.
These lines from the song provoked Eminem to reply with the track I Remember. Then Everlast released an even harder diss.
Slim Shady, please act up. Get smacked up. Get your eyes blacked up. With your candy ass name, you're a candy ass.
Slim Shady impressed Everlast with the track Quitter, in which he tore him to shreds both on a personal and professional level.
White, but at least I got a bitch you gay. You claim to be a Muslim, but you Irish white.
After a while, Everlast gave an interview in which he said that the track from which it all started should never have been released in the first place. He didn't even know that Marshall's daughter's name was Haley. He admitted that he was ashamed because at that time, he himself had 2 children and could.
How would you not have known that his daughter's name was Haley? That's not no coincidence, bro. Quit the cat, bro. Stop the cat.
Not act in that way. In the Vibe magazine, Eminem said that everything with Everlast was over and that he could have handled the situation better in some instances. Before his famous diss on Trump, Eminem first mentioned him in the song No Favors, where he touched on the topics of racism, police brutality, and other topics that Trump does not want to get involved with.
A commando, your man don't want it, Trump's a bitch. I make his whole plan go under.
Well, later the diss itself came out where he went into full detail about the president's activities.
Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for, because that's how he gets his rocks off and he's orange.
As far as we know, Trump has not commented on this in any sort of way. I would also like to add that
that boy definitely orange though.
in recent albums, Eminem often recalled Donald. This led to the US Secret Service in 2018 to interrogate the rapper because of his song Framed, where he mentions President Donald Trump and his daughter Ivanka.
How the fuck is Ivanka Trump in the trunk of my car?
This was reported by BuzzFeed with reference to documents received from the Secret Service in response to a request from the publication. According to them, employees of the Secret Service, which is engaged among other things in ensuring the security of top officials of the state, considered the lyrics of the song threatening to the US President Donald Trump and his daughter. The documents, as the newspaper notes, have undergone censorship. Many songs were interrogated by the fiercest critic, but everything seemed to blow over. The Secret Service did not disclose the contents of the conversation. The agency also decided not to send the case to the prosecutor's office for further investigation.
Yeah, because like it's not no investigation. Like you can clearly see that she's alive, free, and not in this man's trunk. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, is like, come on, bro. That's dumb. That's weird.
What's taking so long? I'm getting anxious.
One of the most exciting diss tracks our hero made was against Ja Rule. 50 Cent was involved in this and already had a conflict with Ja before his beef with M. Sometimes it even came to fights and stab wounds. Ja was angry at Eminem that he would sign a contract with someone with whom he had problems. And one of the hardest disses on Marshall was also made by good old Ja, who got his daughter involved.
And your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?
An enraged Shady, along with his team, released a response with the track Haley's Revenge. In 2004, in the track Like Toy Soldier, Slim declared that his side won the battle, but said he pretty much had it with the beef and tried to defuse the situation, rapping,
Haley's name on the song and I just lost it. It was crazy. This went way beyond some Jay-Z and Nas.
When the album Kamikaze was released, there's a line about Ja Rule.
I'll prove it, cause if I lose it, we can rewind to some old Ja Rule shit and I can read my motherfuckers out.
Ja didn't appreciate that, and he tweeted that line about Haley seriously pissed him off.
Your vocals at the mind, that's a move, something that a rapper would do. So when you say that you
Canibus and Eminem were among the most promising rappers of the 90s. M was still a wild underground while Canibus was gathering concerts. Unfortunately, the highlight of Canibus was his falling out with LL Cool J, as his self-titled debut album was a commercial failure. The reason for the fight with Marshall though was strange, because Canibus in the middle of his beef with LL Cool J received a hint from his mentor Wyclef Jean that M may have written a diss for Cool J, which was dedicated to him. In an interview, M recalled this conflict and said that he had met Canibus to refute this rumor. As a result, Canibus released several disses on Marshall.
Kid said Eminem wanted to hurt me. He called my name out more than a few times and tried to embarrass me. His rhyme was
Eminem responded with the song Can I Bitch, where he ridiculed Canibus for his low album sales, his rough voice, his nationality, and even called him Marshall's sister.
You from Los Angeles, New York, or just a janitor?
Canibus bitch is crazy.
Canibus responds with other disses, the last one coming out 8 years after the beginning of the beef, but nobody seems to care anymore.
Having fun, niggas don't stop. Pray to God that I don't have to let the guns.
The conflict with Benzino happened because Eminem dissed the magazine The Source, which rated the album The Marshall Matters LP 2 out of 5, and Benzino was one of the authors of the publication. He said that M should have been grateful that in '98 he was in the column of the magazine that gave a boost to his career. Eminem put out one of the best diss tracks called Nail in the Coffin.
In the industry, swear that you in the streets hustling. You sit behind a fucking desk at the Source, butt kissing and begging.
He ridiculed Benzino all around, including his age, his pseudo-gangsta persona, and his terrible business skills. Later, Benzino released the diss Die Another Day, where the Boston rapper threatened his daughter.
Before I put a Glock in your motherfucking mouth, tell Haley it ain't safe no more.
I think that the power.
Why do people be mentioning this boy's daughter so much? It's like that's always they go to, bro. That's crazy to me. That's like super wild to me.
Was that B took Marshall and pretty much, dressed him up with the blonde hair and everything.
The rapper often mentioned Eminem's family in his disses in a pretty negative way, but the most interesting thing happened when Benzino got his hands on the song Foolish Pride, in which Eminem used racist lingo against African American women.
When I talk about foolish pride, I mean blacks and whites taking different sides. When blacks and whites take different sides, unity never happens and we will subside.
As a result, it spread all over the media, and M had to apologize and said that at the time he broke up with an African American woman at the age of 15 and was a stupid emotional child. The beef came to an end, and in 2012 Benzino said that he was wrong in talking about his family in his diss tracks. Not only was he unable to recover from Nail in the Coffin, he also had to leave The Source in 2005. He tried to return to rap, but unsuccessfully. Nowadays, he is only remembered in the comments under Eminem's disses.
From the land till I die, till I die. I'm not easy.
Since we've already recalled M's daughter multiple times in this video, then I suggest we go over Eminem's recent beef with MGK. Before the conflict, MGK called Eminem's daughter hot on Twitter. Eminem dissed MGK in the song Not Alike, where he ridiculed his lyrics, personality, and mentioned his tweet about Haley.
Who the fuck you are, Kelly? I don't use sublims, and sure as fuck don't sneak this, but keep commenting on my daughter, Haley.
MGK surprised everyone by releasing Rap Devil, where he made many statements, including that
that was probably one of the hardest disses against M.
Eminem allegedly asked Diddy to interfere with his career.
I'm called Kamikaze, so that means to kill him. Already fucked one rapper's girl this week, don't make me call Kim.
Everyone was in complete shock that MGK had the courage to diss the hip-hop legend, but it didn't take long for M to reply.
Iggy ho, you about to really blow, Kelly. They'll be putting your name next to Chai, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker, like
Dissed him. The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that. I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Give a fuck about your career.
I recommend you check out the following video about the rise and fall of Lil Pump and Smoke Perp. Please support the video with a like, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, that was deep. I ain't know, I knew M had a lot of beefs, but I didn't know he had that many beefs, bro. That's a lot of beefs. Like, if I'm going to be serious, I didn't know, like, Pamela Anderson. I didn't know he had a thing for Jennifer Lopez just because he dissed him, but I thought it was more, like, leaning towards him not liking P. Diddy. I didn't know that. Definitely didn't know about the. I didn't know about the Limp Biscuit, the Everlast, and Canibus. I didn't know about none of those. But you know, at the end of the day, M's gonna be M. So, like you said, a lot of the times where he was so called dissing people, he's like, I don't even know them personally. Like, it's like picking a name out of a hat. Is exactly what he said. So it's just like, I wasn't dissing you, wasn't attacking your character, bro. Your name just ran with something, and I just, you know, gave an opinion on probably something that was already public anyway. But hey, it made for some good content. I definitely respect it, for real. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. If there's anybody else that he was dissing that was left off of this video, let me know that in the comments as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button too before you get out of here. I'll catch you on the next one.